Just thinking I could never live without you by my side.
Oh, I thought you were going to sing "Knock 3 times on the
But
ceiling
then
if you want
So,
me."
did you see the new one today?
Yeah, because twice on the pipes.
Naughty, I Will Survive.
Oh,
You didn't
no.
see that one today. Oh, Soup. Philly and I. Hold on, let me just get my headphones on. I almost forgot to do that.
No, I was just thinking about how viral you guys went. You and Phil went so viral.
Well, yes. Hold on. I'm stuck, Soup. Good thing this isn't the real start of our show. Hold on. Suki, what's happening? I'm getting tangled up, Sook. Here we go. Suki, let's start that again. You ready?
Go ahead, Scotty. Let's do it.
First I was afraid, I was petrified, just thinking I could never live without you by my side. Sook, Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive, the newest duet from Phil and I today. We went for the women's anthem, right? That's the women's anthem.
It's the anthem.
So we did it. Last week's Knock 3 times, 780,000 views, Sook. 780,000 views. Knock 3 times. Philippines, Saudi Arabia, Australia, China.
You guys are worldwide.
Sook, it went around the world and back again. It was unbelievable. And I don't know. People are really just looking for something to laugh and sing about and have some fun with. But listen, it is what it is. And we reached about 1.9 million people.
Listen, you and Phil are a devilish combo. I mean, you're devilishly debonair. You both sing and charm the pants out of women, or pants off the women, I should say. Anyway, and the ladies just can't get enough of the two of you.
No, they can't get enough. And you know what's so funny? 99.9% of the comments are really positive. You guys are great song, great job. One woman wrote today,
"You suck."
No, she just wrote horrible. She just wrote horrible. It was so funny. And I just, I laugh my butt off on that stuff because that, those are the ones I like. I like the ones that, knock us. But anyway, listen, we got a great show tonight. Mark Chaupetta's here. Victoria Gordon's going to be here. We're going to play a little game of Suki, Would You Rather? The people writing in like crazy. Suki, you ready to get this thing started?
Let's get the week started, Scotty, and let's do it in 3.
The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
It's musical. It's magical.
Whoa!
This is the sexy show.
Someone's getting some action.
These larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey as they bring you the Suki and Scott Show.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You ask great questions. You listen.
The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor.
You just got George's earwax all over your ears, bud.
Entertainment.
Jesse's girl.
Wonderful.
And optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
I love Greg Morton. He just makes me laugh all the time.
As people are loading up here, here's Dorothy. Where'd she go? Dorothy Wagner. Why can't I show it? There it is. No, wrong one. Hold on.
That's Virgie.
Dorothy watching from Belize.
Belize.
Yes.
Dorothy watching us from Belize.
You better Belize, baby. You can hear me good, right?
Deborah Partridge saying hello. Marlene Vernon saying hello. G.D. Clay, of course, saying hello. Yes. Philippine Richardson wants to laugh. She's like, please get Greg Morton back. I'm with you, Philippine. I think we got to get him back. Pam Apolloni is back with us. Yvonne Burns. Virgie is said that she is Jesse's girl. Okay. And Adam Baxter, Rock and Rollers. Okay.
Sook, what an amazing weekend we had. Another amazing week of celebrity guests coming up. I'm so excited because tonight's a little different. We have a guy who, Sook, you know what? Turn down your speakers just a hair.
I got a guy.
You got a guy? Sook, we got a guy tonight, Mark Chaupetta, who is, you talk about he's a badass. Let's put it that way. He's a private eye. He catches people cheating. He's on murder investigations, working with the police, working for defendants. He was on Howard Stern. He wrote a book about cheating. So listen, anybody who makes it onto the Stern Show is
good.
Is good by me. He's coming up in just a few minutes. Victoria Gordon, coming from a showbiz family, went to Beverly Hills High School. She's a singer. She's an actress. She's a director. She's got all kinds of things going on.
How many stars come out of Beverly Hills High School? I mean, every time. I mean, the graduating class is just endless of celebrities and stars. Can you imagine going to a high school like that?
No.
Do you really feel inadequate?
Little 90210 action.
You really, really feel inadequate. Anyway, that's great.
Philly Kid's back tonight. He'll be doing some singing later on. Tomorrow night, Souk, we have comedian Dina Blizzard and Ralph Malph from Happy Days, and Donnie Most is coming on tomorrow night. So he'll be here. And then
we also booked Joey Fatone. Yes, right?
Joey Fatone's coming up next Monday. We have a special 1:00 in the afternoon show with Joey Fatone. A lot of folks coming up. Thursday, we're in a little negotiation right now, Souk, for Edward James Olmos.
The Edward James Olmos?
Yes, Edward James Olmos, superstar, legendary. Wow. He's coming on supposedly on Thursday because he and our buddy George Lopez have that movie out right now, where George plays like a godlike figure, and it's called Walking with Herb. We're going to get both guys on together. I don't know if George is available, but EJO, as I call him now, because it's just too much to say the whole name. He's coming on supposedly on Thursday. We're still in the works on that. Little technical issues with him, but we're going to see, and hopefully he comes by. But it should be a great show. Souk, we're going to have a little, we were doing the mailbag, the Ask Suki mailbag.
I love the mailbag.
Well, we reached out to some of our viewers, thousands of viewers around the country. And it was not the mailbag, but it was a Suki Would You Rather. Okay. So I had some folks ask questions, send them in, the Suki Would You Rather questions. So here's the first one, for example. All right. Souk, would you rather have no arms or no nose? Vincenzo from Staten Island, New York. What's your answer to that one, Souk? And would there be a reason why you wouldn't want to have one or the other? You think it'd be better to have no arms?
Probably no nose, because they can build it. It can be built again.
And you know what? Listen, I'd rather have the use of my arms than the use of any smell, right? I can always breathe through your mouth. Okay. That was a good one, Souk. They get a little harder now. This one says, Dear Suki, would you rather be forced to sing along or dance to every single song you hear? That's from Paco, former DJ at 92 KTU.
Paco from 92 KTU. Probably sing along 100%.
Sing along.
I could dance, but I'm like kind of stuck in the 80s. You know what I mean? In the 90s, and a little Roger Rabbit, a little,
Yeah, because if you had to dance to every song that came on, it would be probably the same dance, right?
It would probably be the same dance. Though now I could TikTok my ass off, if you know what I'm saying. Like
you got those moves down?
Like all the kids are doing those. Hey, 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 hey.
You know what I love became a big TikTok song? I met this little girly. Her hair was kind of curly, right? Little Run DMC.
Oh my God. My there's a song that uses Rick James's Super Freak.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's a commercial. It's a commercial. And my son is like, super something, something, super. I was like, it's Super Freak. He's like, what? I was like, it's mine. It's on the commercial.
That's so funny. Here's the next one. Dear Suki, would you rather swim in a pool of Nutella or a pool full of Cool Whip? Signed, Ken, you dig it, out of St. Louis, Missouri.
I dig it, and it would be Nutella all day.
Really?
Spread it to the front, spread it to the back.
All right.
I love Nutella. You don't love Nutella, Scott?
I love both, Souk. I think it might be easier to swim in the tub of Cool Whip. If you're asking me, it's lighter. It's a little more less, on the consistency.
Yeah, and if you have a nut allergy, it's not really good to go Nutella in all in on that nut allergy.
True. Or a bust-a-nut allergy.
Would there be shrinkage with Nutella?
Yeah. There might be. There might not be. I'm not sure. That's a good point, Souk. Suki, last one. Would you rather give up your cell phone for a month or bathing for a month?
Oh, definitely my cell phone. Goodbye. I need to bathe.
Yeah, and
I can't be a filthy animal. I cannot be a filthy animal.
That's from Don Juan DeMarco.
Don Juan DeMarco from San Diego, California.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what he would say. How about you, Scotty? Could you give up your cell phone?
Me, I'd probably not give up my cell phone and not bathe for a month.
Okay, I could do that because there's other forms of communication. I could sit in front of my computer. It's free. Don't you think it's freeing not having your cell phone?
It is, Sue, but I got everything. We got everything in the show going on my cell phone. You know,
I know. But like, it's like being naked. You know, when you don't have your cell phone, you're like naked for the first time. It's so liberating. It's like, you don't have your bra on. You know, it's like, wow, I forgot my bra today. It feels good.
I never wear my bra, Sue. How dare you? Sue, listen, are you ready for our first guest?
Absolutely. I have so many questions because I bet you our viewers have a ton of questions from a private investigator.
Listen, Mark Chaupetta, he's a private detective. He's a media personality. He's an author. He's an MMA fighter, used to be an MMA fighter. He's a great dad. He does a lot of charity work with his kids. We're gonna go through it all. But here's a little bit of some of his PI work. Soup, when you have a PI who helps you find someone who's cheating on you, type of deal, right? Stuff like that, and they kind of hook it up. Watch this. Here's Mark in action.
Hold on a second. You said 3 to 5 minutes, but I'm going to give you like 10 minutes. So, all right, here we go.
My name is Mark Chaupetta. I'm a real-life private eye, private dick, as some people may say.
Okay, now what are you looking for? Are you looking to have some surveillance work done? Are you looking to hire us for our decoy services?
I work the streets of Boston. I work all over. I bust people cheating. These are all my old cases going back 15 years. Everything from civil to criminal, but mainly people that have been cheating. And if someone's stupid enough to cheat, we're gonna nail their asses.
Yeah, my name is Ryan. I believe my girlfriend's cheating on me.
Everyone is susceptible to a broken heart, and people will pay for it, and lots of times people just want to know.
What do you think about this Ryan dude? How do you think we should approach it?
I think you should try and maybe get him to take both guys because you don't know what his girlfriend actually likes.
Like a double decoy? Send them both in?
Just give her, so that she has an option,
All right, they just kissed, dude. Sorry, man.
Going out there.
They just kissed.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
I just saw everything. I just saw everything.
Nothing happened.
Everything. I just saw everything.
That looks pretty good. What's up, Mark?
Hey, how's it going? Geez, you're doing some due diligence on me. That's back when I had hair.
I know, man. Listen, I was looking at some stuff and I thought that was pretty cool. The one thing that, you don't see in that whole thing, because I had to cut it down, Suk, is the guy she was making out with at the bar was like a decoy, right, Mark? This really good looking dude that you guys sent in to kind of trap the girlfriend.
In full disclosure, though, that was a TV sizzle reel that we did many years ago.
Right.
That never made it to air, but it was something fun to do. And I ended up bringing that good-looking gentleman on the Stern Show with me a few years later.
Oh, that's so funny,
Mark. I gotta imagine now with the, everything that's going on with social media, everything like people just sliding in and out of people's DMs. Like you said, a broken heart and just love makes you do crazy things or just stupid things. Now, how much of your practice is are cheaters?
Well, back in the day, it was a good portion of my practice, but I'd say over the last 10 years, it's kind of really slowed down, and I've kind of gotten away from the cheating spouse work, only because by the time someone calls me,
it's gone.
They pretty much know. They got a text message or, you leave your phone on the counter for cripe's sake. And even if you don't have the password, you can still see a text message comes up. And if it says, hey, last night was a great night. I loved how you shoved your tongue in my throat, geez. And it's not from your husband or your wife, then, and then, so when they call me, they pretty much know, and they just want that knife stuck in a little bit further and twisted a little bit deeper. So lots of times I actually got to kind of counsel them and, talk them away from wanting to hire an investigator.
Mark, I've sent that text to Suki many times. Love the way and
My husband's like,
when
what's
her husband
going on?
sees it, no, when her husband sees it, he's like, it's just
It's
Scott.
only Scott.
No big deal.
My husband's still sweeping, back here. He's somewhere back there, right?
Mark,
so not as much domestic cheating spouse stuff as there used to be, because I think people become pretty good sleuths themselves, on their own, and then someone that's usually obsessing or gets the vibe that their spouse, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their partner, whoever it might be nowadays, is cheating. Then they kind of learn on the job and they become pretty good PIs themselves.
Yeah. And you know what? Most people nowadays, it seems to me, when you're cheating on your wife or your spouse or your girlfriend, I always say, the phone and the internet is the best and worst thing ever invented. And that's become the devil so many people, they're just so sloppy on the phones, and so many people get caught via texting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely. And, people have their phones glued to their hands all the time. But you do get lazy from time to time, so that's usually when you get caught. And that's usually when
complacency gets you caught.
You get complacent. And, here in Massachusetts, where I'm based, it's a no fault state. So infidelity really doesn't matter when it comes to a divorce, but it's, or the division of assets, if you're going through a divorce. But, it can come in handy in some backroom deals, or if someone wants the cat or the encyclopedias or whatever the hell.
Listen, how did MMA and PI happen? It just feels like two opposite. Well, I could see how it could make sense, but then I also see how, it doesn't really make sense.
Well, I mean, I've been, I come from, I'm 52 years old. So my wife tells me it's time to grow up, but, I don't want to grow up.
Never time.
I've been wrestling since I was in my youth. And it's a hobby of mine. And many years ago, when I was doing a local radio show, a MMA promoter came on, knowing that I have a charity, the Wheelchair Strong Foundation, and I have twin sons that have muscular dystrophy, and challenged me to get into the cage and fight bare knuckle to raise money for my kids. And I pretty much accepted it. And I was fighting every year up until I was 40 years old to raise money for my cause. And now I don't get punched in the face anymore. Now I just do straight jiu-jitsu here in Massachusetts, and I kind of call it my natural Prozac. It's either go on a pharmaceutical drug to calm down my wackiness, or go get my arm and my neck and throat choked out. So I do it 3 mornings a week with a bunch of 20 and 30-year-olds. I'm the old man in the group, and I walk around. Like my wife and I will go to the store, and we're going into, I don't know, Bed Bath and Beyond or whatever it might be. And she's got 30 meters on me before I even get out of the car, because I'm walking like I'm 95 years old. But in the dojo, I'm 18.
You don't feel a thing, right?
I don't feel a thing. No.
Oh man, listen. Let's go back to Howard for a minute, because I know that there's a story about you where you have your show on the Mark.
Yeah. It's the On the Mark show. Covert, overt,
right?
To overt. God, I don't even know the name of my own damn show. So we met each other through
DB&A from David Runner
Television. I'm now part of the family. So big shout out to David and DB&A Television. I air now. I just got my new slot. I'm on prime time, 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Nice,
beautiful.
Perfect. For the Insomniacs of the world.
Mark, you didn't get the memo that you had to slip Dave a couple of bucks to get the good slots,
right? And 10 p.m. on Pacific Standard Time.
That's good.
Yeah, that's. I think 1 a.m. is a good slot. Also, you know what? I'm just grateful to.
Who's going to sleep these days, Mark? Nobody. Nobody.
Right? Yeah, right. Especially those paranoid people that might be cheating. They're not sleeping. But yeah, I'm grateful to be on the DB&A Television Network, and I'm grateful to start making all these new friends. And thanks for having me on your show. But so back to what you were saying. Yeah, I was on the Stern Show back in 2011. I wrote a book on infidelity, and wrote a book. Also in the book, I wrote a little bit about my dealings with the Church of Scientology and some of the cults that I've investigated. And I know that a few weeks after I had done that show, I got hired to go undercover. I had this is that good-looking guy over my shoulder there. So I had been assigned a job to go undercover to. It was like a skin or hair removal company or someone, and a piece of equipment was stolen from a former employee, and they wanted me to go in there and crawl behind the machine and get the serial numbers and, real top secret stuff. So, I go in there, I have an alias, and I go through the little intake, and I tell them I made up some bogus BS story that I train and I fight, and I don't want the hair on my arms and my legs anymore because I can't really get cold. So I thought she bought it. And hook, line, and sinker. She leaves the room, so I'm getting dressed, getting out of the Johnny. I'm crawling behind the machine. I get the serial number. Perfect. What they call it, a Johnny? I don't know.
I love it. I don't know. It's your Boston accent. It just makes me laugh.
Yeah, the Boston accent. So then I left, and I don't know, maybe like 45 minutes, an hour later, I get a phone call from a block number and said, "Hey, I saw you on Howard TV.
Wow.
Tell your client to go F themselves, and I'll see him in court." And at that point, I said to myself, you know what? The days of me doing undercover work are over. If I'm going to cross into the media and do some TV, that I just kind of stick to the high profile stuff that's known, and then, contract out anything that's undercover. So
that's wild. And, speaking of high profile, and we'll talk about your sons and the charity in a second.
Sure.
I read you. Are you still on the case? It was Murder on the Cape, right? This big case. Chris McGowan.
Chris McGowan is my client, a defendant who's in prison.
Right, and he was the garbage man. He was accused of raping and murdering a woman on his route. And I just looking at this stuff from ABC News. He says he's not guilty of it. He did admit to having sex with her the one time. But where are you with that case? Are you allowed to? Can you talk about it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We just there's a lot of media, a lot of things going on, a lot of buzz that's been going on about this. I've been on it for about 5 years now.
Wow.
I'm leading up the investigation with with the two other attorneys, Attorney Pelletier, Attorney Green.
Wow.
And we're just we're out there looking for new evidence to try to put a motion in for a new trial. We think he's innocent. A lot of the country thinks he's innocent. There's a lot of buzz. There's a lot of news outlets that think he's he's innocent.
Right.
And there was a lot of corruption that happened during the original trial. And we're just looking for that exculpatory new evidence out there. So yeah, I'm out there turning over every stone, talking to people, and we're hoping some good things are going to be coming soon. There's some developing things happening in the case that I can't talk about, but
sure.
But yeah, you're gonna probably be reading about it in the national media. I would hope soon, and hopefully we'll get this gentleman a new trial. So, this is one of the interesting and fun cases for me to work on. I do about 400 criminal defense cases a year.
Wow.
But this one's probably the most high profile one that I've worked on in some time.
It's got to give you hope that there's been so many other cases that have had people freed, there's so many cases from like 20, 30, 40 years ago that have seen the light of day,
The advancement in DNA technology and things of that nature, which we're exploring. So we're excited. Chris is serving 3 life sentences, and
crazy.
And in no way, complete empathy for the Worthington family and the little girl who's now an adult. But you know what? It's all part of the game. It's all part of that due process we have in the system. And, people like me are needed. Defense counsel is needed. And he has a right to a new trial if we can come up with some new evidence. And we believe that there is evidence out there.
That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
And Wheelchair Strong, man, big charity close to your heart. Yep. You guys are raising a lot of money. Tell us about your.
You can raise more money.
Yeah. Tell us about your sons, man, and what you guys are doing to raise money for people who have the same disease they do.
Yeah, my twin sons, Troy and Andrew, they're 25, soon to be 26 years old. They're pretty much the young men. There they are that drive me in this world. They're amazing. They're inspirational. They were born with a disease called Duchenne muscular dystrophy. The gentleman in that photo that you saw is my best friend, and he's helped me get through the struggles of their diagnosis when they were young, and ever since then I've pretty much been a wrecking machine as far as advocating for them. That clip that your audience is watching right now is from a film that I wrote, produced, co-directed, starred in, and it's called The Father's Fight. And it's basically what we spoke about earlier, me fighting in the cage to raise money, for my sons. I think children lead by example, and my kids have seen my drive and my passion and my family's passion, for them to lead a normal life and lead a life of ability as opposed to disability. So they're cool guys. And that movie's on my website, wheelchairstrong.com. You can watch for free. We won an award in the New York International Film Festival. And but these guys right here, let me tell you, they got more athletic ability in their pinkies than I have in my whole body. They are two of the best wheelchair soccer players in the world.
Yes, I saw that.
They were chosen to play on Team USA. We were supposed to be going to Australia this October, but the pandemic paused that for a while. We just got back to training, so we commute to Indiana every 3 months for Team USA training. We I lug them out there, and then their sport wheelchairs, which are pretty big machines, and they're hoping to compete in the World Games now in 2022 in Australia. So we're always looking for support, corporate sponsors, anything anything helps. That's my whole family there. I got a bunch of kids. I don't know if I didn't do an investigation on two. I know that you have at least one child, because I see someone creeping around in the back of you earlier.
He's an investigator. So
yeah, right. I saw someone walking in the back of you in your kitchen, but as we get older as adults, I think our kids start adulting us.
Oh my God. You should have seen dinner conversation tonight. They were yelling at me because I was yelling at them for doing something. And then my daughter comes up with this profound stuff like, you know what, Mom? Like, let me tell you something. I'm like, you're 7 years old. It's like, I don't ever remember having those profound thoughts at the age of 7. These kids are so advanced. Like, they are so in their heads. You can't bully them around, you can't talk to them.
I barely, I know how to turn my phone on. I know how to text, but my twins, they work for me. They built my detective website. They built my media website.
Love it.
Charity website. I would be lost without them. I am so clueless.
They're so techno savvy, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's but it's what it's okay. I don't mind following their lead when it comes to that type of stuff. Logging on to.
God damn it, Mark! I just want them to know that I'm Mom. Like, God, you gotta listen to me.
Right? They don't get that though. I've always tried to let my kids know who the alpha dog. I'm the Don of the family, and it's the Italian in me. But they're cool, man. I could talk about them for days and weeks and months. They're young men that drive me, as well as along with the rest of my family, my beautiful wife and my oldest daughter and my youngest son and my stepkids. We're just a big, huge happy family. Yeah, that little boy next to me there, he's now taller than me, but that's not saying much. I used to be 5'7", and then but it was back in the 80s when I used to spike my hair with all that gel. Yeah. But when I'm bald, I shrunk down.
5'2".
I'm probably 5'1.5", but my personality is really tall.
Yeah, listen, Mark, we got it. We got a couple minutes left. There's a story I read about you, how, you were a young guy before you got married. You were working at a corrections as a corrections officer, and you said, "Screw this! I'm heading out to Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'm going to be an actor."
Yeah.
Right. So what happened when you got out to Hollywood?
Well, yeah, you know what? I was working as a prison guard, and that was like from my old man, who was, this little short, stocky Italian dude. For him, that was like the holy grail, man. You got benefits.
Right. Benefits.
You got health insurance.
You got a pension?
And a pension. And I told him one day that I was going to pack my bags and go out to Hollywood. And, I was adopted, and that's a whole nother story. I mean, my sisters and I, we were all adopted. So he might've been questioning his decision back then. When I told him, the return policy was up, but I said, I'm going out to Hollywood to be an actor. And I'm probably don't really want to use the word that he said, but he just kind of said, "Are you blank?" He assumed that I was, a little light in the loafers because I wanted to go out to Hollywood and be an actor, because that's what he associated it with.
Right.
So yeah, I went out there and struggled for about 2 years as an actor, but made some great friends, had some great experience. And when I was out there, I got sick of serving wheatgrass on Santa Monica Boulevard and getting hit on by Jim J. Bullock from the Hollywood Square.
Wow, I remember Jim J. Bullock.
If I only said yes, but
Jim J. Bullock.
And I picked up the phone book one day, and I said, I need a change of pace. I need to do something. I was going to school for criminal justice. I had quit a prison job to go out to be an actor, and I opened up the phone book, and it was meant to be. There was a big ad that said Itani Florence Investigations with a magnifying glass. And I'm like, holy crap, that's it. That's what I want to be. So I called the guy up, and he said, meet me on Sepulveda Boulevard tomorrow. I'll pay you $20 an hour. He could have been an axe murderer for all I knew. And he wrote the foreword in my book, and we still talk to this day. He was, it's what was meant to be. And it's helped me in my life, the flexibility with my kids and doctors and all the things that we do.
But isn't that important? It's like a full circle moment, right? You had to go out to sow your oats to figure out, what really was going to be your destiny,
I wish kids could do that nowadays. And, I talked to my youngest son. My youngest son's very theatrical like me, and, a lot smarter than me. And we talk about that a lot because he does acting lessons. And, I don't know if his mom's too thrilled with my advice. Yeah, just after high school, you may want to take a year, and, but.
Yeah.
Take a year, go find yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what? There's no
day be 52.
Yeah, but you know what? There's no straight line anymore, really, figuratively. I mean, with everything that's going on, you could take classes online, you could work part-time.
Yeah.
I mean, does anybody really remember what they did in college? No, we don't.
No. How to play bear pong and
we don't.
$300,000.
I think we like to kind of make it this rosy story that we learned so much, and we didn't. And you did, but quite frankly, could you have taken a year off? Sure, you could have.
Absolutely.
I took 2 years off and went out to Cali, and I don't. It changed the course of my life, and it's what I've been doing, and I love what I do. So it was a blessing.
Love it. Mark, where can people find you for your private investigative services?
My website is markchaupetta.online, which my kids built, and that has links to my detective agency and my charity. So markchaupetta.online, 2 P's and 2 T's.
2 P's, 2 T's.
And an A. And you can reach me that way, or you can just go to wheelchairstrong.com. And you can find me there as well. That's my charity. And
beautiful.
There you go. And again, shout out to DBNA for having me, and all this cross promotion. And this is the beginning of great things for all of us.
Oh, listen, we're on a lot of streaming platforms, but once we made it to the DBNA network, Mark, sky's the limit, my friend.
Yeah, I'm working. I got the podcast, and it's I've threw it together in my office, and my twins help edit it, and they said, "Dad, you need lower thirds," and I'm like, "What the heck, a lower third?" So they added some intro music, and I got some good guests coming up. I have Steve Shrippa going to be coming up soon from Blue Bloods. He's actually been very influential in my charity. He's one of my big supporters. Just talked to Randy Couture the other day. I'm booking him soon. So yeah, we got industry guests, criminal law, but then I like to mix it up a little bit and just have, real quick story. I do a comedy show every year called Comedy for a Cause for my charity. And I have like these weird, I don't know. Yeah, that's one of them. But big venues. And one year I'm like, you know what? I want to mix it up a little bit. So I hired William Hung, and I brought William Hung in to
She bangs. She
Oh yeah, she bangs.
But like to me, it made sense. But like to everyone else, like I don't. Like, I liked it. Yeah, I liked it, and it was so. Yeah, we bring in a lot of cool guests. And
did he sing the song? Did he sing?
He did. Yeah, he did. He was pretty cool actually. He was.
He was on your stage going, she bangs.
Yeah.
So, and everybody was like this.
Right. Then one of my comics came up from behind him and started like making fun of him, and he didn't know it. And then the whole crowd started to roar. So he saved me in that moment.
So funny. Mark, listen, man, continued success with you. Tell Sharippa, Suki, and Scott said hello.
I will.
Yeah, he's been on with us several times. We know him from the New York area as well. But listen, man,
he's a very good guy, very generous, big heart, and has been a good promoter of Wheelchair Strong. So
absolutely, man, great talking to you. So interesting, my friend.
Awesome. All right.
Good luck to you.
Take care, Mark. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Take care, Mark.
Wheelchair Strong, everybody. Beautiful.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. I think William Hung is the smartest one out of there because, quite frankly, he was on the show for a minute and is still making money.
Still making money from it.
Still making money.
Oh, baby, when she
I mean,
moves,
we're the idiots. We're the idiots.
Oh, listen, I don't disagree with you there. Sook waiting for Victoria Gordon to come online. Hopefully she hasn't forgotten us. I wanted to
look what Phyllis Trapini said. Mark, if you need a chef, call Chef Clemenza.
She loves Clemenza. All she wants is Clemenza. Sook, I wanted to ask you before we get to our next guest. Bill and Melinda Gates, couldn't even stay together. The Gates couldn't do it. It's unbelievable. 27 years.
It's like the Gates couldn't do it. Amazon Bezos couldn't do it. I mean, let me ask you a question. And let's just be real about this.
Go ahead, Sue.
You don't think that Melinda could have just had a side hustle and not really told Bill? I mean, really, does it really matter at that point?
I was reading about them, and apparently Bill, he had a whole thing going on where he was allowed to go hang with his old girlfriend from before he got married. That was part of his marriage contract, was he was allowed to go hang with her once in a while. 130 billion in assets, no prenup. So they're going to divvy that up. That
was back in 1994 they met.
Yeah. She'll be one of the wealthiest women, just like Jeff Bezos' wife. But now, Sook, here's my thing.
Can't we just stay together? Let's stay together.
Let's stay together. Sook, here's what I think. Ready? And you're gonna be like, holy cow, Scott, I can't believe. I think Melinda Gates is going to start to see A-Rod soon. You watch. Melinda Gates and A-Rod.
No, she's not.
A-Rod's moving right in there.
I don't know. I didn't read up about it because I just thought to myself, with all the stuff that they're doing together, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, does it really matter?
Right. No, listen, the house is so big they can live on opposite sides and still be in the same house.
Exactly. You could live in an alternative, your own universe that you created.
Yeah. Oh no, it's insane, Sook. It's insane. And just 130 billion in assets with no prenup. Anyway, listen, Victoria Gordon's here. She's in the green room. Mark Chaupetta already on. Great guest. Tomorrow night, Donnie Most of Happy Days fame. God, what a great character.
I want to know what Victoria Gordon thinks about this.
Victoria, well, we'll ask her when she comes on.
Sure.
Victoria Gordon, she's an actress, Sook. She's a singer. She's a creator, executive producer. I'll give you a little taste of her, and then we'll bring her in. Take a look.
Okay.
There's been some confusion over rooming here at Shiz. But of course I'll care for Nessa. But of course I'll rise off of it. For I know that's how you want me to respond. Yes. There's been some confusion for you see my roommate is unusually and exceedingly peculiar and altogether quite impossible to describe. Blonde. What is this feeling so sudden and new? I felt the moment I laid eyes on you. My pulse is rushing, my head is reeling, my face is flushing. What is this feeling? Fervent as a flame. Does it have a name? Yes.
That had a very, very kind of a wicked feel to it, Victoria.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so funny. The funniest thing for me about watching older videos is seeing the evolution of my hair color.
Yeah.
If you look at my earliest pandemic videos, I'm a blonde. And then from there, I go through red. And now I'm like pretty dark brown. It's been quite an evolution.
Victoria, your camera looks phenomenal. What are you using?
You look phenomenal.
Thank you. You know, it's so funny. The shade in my little studio area broke. The other day we just heard a loud thud and I looked over and there was no shade. So it's natural light combined
You're
with
sunlit. You're just sunlit right now.
It's just that kind of moment. And by the way, to everyone in the comments, thank you for your help. Obviously, you two didn't see this, but I was having a bit of a challenge getting in, and I used my mom's Facebook because I don't use Facebook.
Oh, that's
Hi,
funny.
I'm the next guest. I'm trying to get in, and people started saying she can't get in. She's trying to get in. So thank you all for noticing and for your patience while I tried to get in. But I'm here now.
That's so funny. I didn't see any of that while we were talking, but here you are. So that's good. I'm glad you made it on.
Thank you so much, everyone. You're very kind in the comments. I appreciate it. Hello.
Does anybody ever tell you remind them of Anna Kendrick?
Yes, I have gotten that before. It's funny you should bring that up. I hadn't gotten that in a long time because
you're blonde.
When I was lighter hair, the thing I got, because I have very curly hair, I got Bernadette Peters a lot. And
I can see that.
Yeah, so Bernadette was the common one. And Anna Kendrick, I'm a natural brunette. So when I was younger and my hair was its natural color, people used to say Pitch Perfect a lot. So I'd get, you remind us of the girl from Pitch Perfect. And they specifically obviously meant Anna Kendrick. So yes, I have gotten that before.
I love Pitch Perfect. I've seen all three of them in their entirety twice.
Oh, wow. I've seen the original. The original is like one of those movies my cousins and I will quote back and forth to each other. And then we all saw the second one together. And the third one, I think we all saw separately. But the first one, we used to just quote. It was like a quotable movie for all of us. It was just that kind of thing.
And you do the welcome to the riff off, right?
It's funny. I don't think anyone I know has ever actually, because I know people who've done a cappella, and the riff off concept is a little bit foreign to them, but it could be very popular. It could also just be an invention of Hollywood. I don't really know.
Yeah, no, it was very cool. And listen, speaking of Hollywood, you come from a very Hollywood-esque family, an entertainment family. Suki and I were talking about this before. You went to Beverly Hills High School, right? We're talking 90210.
What the hell was that like?
Yeah, what was that like? Is it like what we used to see? Is everybody that good looking at that high school?
Everybody that rich?
Well, fun fact: Beverly Hills High School is not in 90210. It is actually in 90212. So just FYI,
sorry.
Well, no, it's a common misconception because the show is called Beverly Hills 90210, but Beverly Hills has 3 zip codes. So there's 90210, which is the northern part, and then in the southern part of the city, there's 90211, which is the east, and 90212 is the west. And Beverly Hills High School is the westernmost part of Beverly Hills. So West Beverly from the show is actually a complete joke because the western, we're literally carved out the high school. It's the westernmost thing in the city. So it's a joke. But it's a very interesting high school. It is not as celebrity filled as it was when my mom went there. Back then it was all celebrities and celebrity kids and things like that. Now it's a much more diverse population, but it is still a fascinating school, and you have the privilege for the rest of your life of being asked what it's like to go to Beverly Hills High School.
Yeah. What's it like? Well,
I
no one
bet
ever says to
your
me.
mom's probably our age. I bet your mom's probably our age. And so
How old's your mother, Victoria?
look at Scott's face.
My mom is 65, so I don't want to either offend.
Okay.
I don't know how you feel about that. She's 65.
So she's not our age.
She's not our age? Okay.
No, she's 65. We're good. We're good. We don't have
But,
to keep it clean now.
Okay, yeah, but I just did that. Okay. Then my question is moot. Then I'll let it go.
Well, the truth is, depending on when you went to where you are age-wise, I mean, you go way back. Betty White went to our high school. You go a little further into the future. I mean, when my mom was there, it was like Carrie Fisher was one of her classmates.
Oh.
And Carrie signed my mom's yearbook. I was going to post today for May the 4th that she signed my mom's yearbook. I think I'm in love with you. Carrie and my mom were friends. So that's kind of a cool one. But then you go a little further into the future, you have Angelina Jolie, who went to the alternative high school on the same campus. David Schwimmer went to my high school.
Yeah, Schwimmer.
And then you go even further into the future, Monica Lewinsky went to the high school, and Monica and I went to the same elementary school as well.
Wow, that's cool.
I've never met Monica because of the timing of the scandal and when I was a kid and everything, but our families go way back. So I know Monica's family. And then you go a little further into the future, and like Logan Lerman went to my high school. So he was a class ahead of me. So we get some really cool people, and it's always going to be that kind of school because that's just Beverly Hills.
Yeah, it's Beverly Hills for sure.
Victoria, we're going to talk about, your granddad in a sec and just some of the folks you met throughout the years. But what's your favorite song to sing a cappella?
Oh, my goodness. I think I know where this is going. Why don't I give you a little, I'll do a little brains, little talent from Damn Yankees. I'll give you a little.
I like that.
Go ahead, light it up.
I took the zing out of the king of Siam. I took the starch out of the sails of the Prince of Wales. It's no great art getting the heart of a man on a silver platter. Little brains, little talent with an emphasis on the latter. You want more?
Nice. Well, I was going to say you can keep going if you want, but you don't have to.
No, it's so funny. I'm so not. Oh, thank you, Irene. I'm so not used to singing a cappella because at this point we're all like doing karaoke tracks, or like now people are doing shows where it's like combined. You bring in musicians who are in the Zoom with you. Like, we've evolved so much from like, I'm just going to do a little song for you on my live here. Like, people have these really fancy productions. It's crazy how far we've come in the lab, but you must see that too.
We've had so many performers who come, they're set up with the instruments and the mics and everything's going through a box into us, and it sounds perfect.
I know, right?
Like when we have people who are magicians, they have a close-up camera.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They can go zoom in and out. I mean, it's incredible how they're doing their post-production work right there and then.
It's crazy. I mean, or like if you listen to, I don't know if you're familiar with RW Quarantunes. That's one of my favorite charities right now. Quarantunes is founded by Richard White, who is a partner at WME, and his daughter Demi, who is just turned 18. So this was her senior year of high school, her whole year. And they have raised $27 million, I believe, for charity in the last year doing concerts at home. And the first ones I attended, it was like, here's Andra Day singing in her living room, playing on her piano. And now you go to these concerts, and like these people have like bands. Like it's legit. It's incredible. It's insane to see how far and how much higher the audience's expectation is of what people can do. That's the other side of it, which is it's not enough anymore to just be like, here, I'm going to sing a little song for you. It's like, no, people expect you to be able to do so much. It's crazy once you start thinking about it.
We were told you were showing up with an orchestra. I'm a little disappointed.
I know. Where are they? I should hire some of them. But
Victoria, I was reading about you today, as we always do when our guests come on, and I was amazed that because your family had so many famous friends, and your grandfather, who we'll talk about in a second. But you got advice from Florence Henderson. I mean, the Brady Bunch. What are the all-time great shows? The greatest all-time great shows.
Let me just say, when I was a kid, Florence was every bit Carol Brady to us. Like, she was the sweetest. She was always, just incredibly willing to talk to us and spend time with us, and didn't treat the other kids, like my sister was there, like she didn't treat us like we were babies. Like she was very kind, but she wasn't infantilizing us. But as I got older, Florence dropped the Carol Brady a little bit and behaved more like Florence. And I think those who knew her, I would say knew her for her wit and her dry humor. And it wasn't just, all little sweet life advice. And so getting to experience both sides of that, it was kind of one of those, like, I'm an adult now moments. Like, she's not just Carol Brady anymore. Like, she's a real person. But yes, she did give me advice. Oh, yes, Florence. I was really sad when she died because it just seemed so unexpected. I mean, it was really sudden. But when I was a kid, she was doing a show that I was in, and she wasn't eating before the show, even though there was like a free dinner. So I'm like, Florence, why aren't you eating? Like, you're just sitting there. It's really awkward to eat with someone watching. And she's like, I never eat before I sing. And then she started to explain her reasoning about how it's just really not productive. And I took that incredibly seriously. And I, to this day, like, if I'm going to do a singing show, I won't eat dinner first. Like, I might eat some crackers or like something to, not make
some sustenance.
Like, but I'm not going to eat like, well, I don't eat meat. So I was going to say a cheeseburger, but I don't eat meat anyway. So I'm not going to eat like a dinner. And she's completely right. So I'm really glad she gave me that advice. But I was very young at the time. When I was like 12, it was like me getting advice from
But you took it to heart, which is very smart. Like, you have this incredible, so many of us give advice to kids and they don't really hear it. But you did.
Well, it depends on who's giving the advice. I mean, if the woman is someone that you've grown up watching as like America's TV mom, like, that's hard not to take seriously.
Sure.
Did she ever say, Victoria, I told you not to use that kind of language in the house?
Did she say, Victoria, don't play ball in the house?
Don't play ball in the house.
Luckily, I never had any of those moments with her. I knew her as a young performer, older performer. So she was, very much just like doing her thing, but she was always nice about it. See, I worked with some performers, and I will never name names. Oh my God, that's Florence with my great uncle.
Yeah. There you go.
She loved him and he loved her. They worked well together. But there were some performers who were definitely not that friendly, and some who were outright mean. There are a couple I dealt with over the years that I just was like outrightly not comfortable.
Nice people.
Anybody we know?
Hey, probably. But
Come on, throw us a name.
Certainly not naming names. But at the same time, I am lucky to have worked with a lot of people, far more people who were lovely, who made me feel like a real person. I remember when I was a kid once, I was at one of my great uncle's concerts, and I was like 10 and I was not feeling well. And Sean Astin was there. Oh, look at Uncle at the Baton. Might actually have been that concert, just timing wise. And I wasn't feeling well. And Sean Astin came and like sat with me, and like, he's like, oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I hope you're doing better. Like, he's just really friendly guy. Like, you don't always get there. Like, when I was a very little girl, Stephanie Powers, who has remained one of my favorite actresses to this day.
Stephanie Powers.
I love Stephanie because she was just so sweet and like actually spent time. I was like 5, and she really spent time with me and like really treated me like a person. And I didn't know who she was, but she didn't let the fact that she knew she was a celebrity get in the way of being a good person for a night. So that I always admire. I would like to always be as, friendly as Stephanie. So Stephanie, wherever you are, thank you very much for treating me nicely as a child.
Cool. You talk about, your great uncle, Dr. Katz, your grandfather, Al Gordon, was this legendary comedy writer. Three's Company, Carol Burnett, Flip Wilson. Were you close with him? Was he still around when you were a kid?
Yes. So my grandfather died when I was 18. Wow. So I got to spend a lot of my life with him, and my whole childhood. So I have lots of great childhood memories of vacations and adventures and just hanging out with Al, who was like, by the time I was I think I realized when I was like 13, like, gee, maybe Al shouldn't be living alone anymore. He lived alone the rest of his life, but he was such a character. I always tell this story about how, at grandma's house, my mom's family, we'd like be very precise where everything went. And with Al, we would throw ice cubes in the trash can. Like, he didn't care. He was just like, he was the best. He was every bit the character that I think you would hope someone like that would be. And he was such an active part of our lives because my grandmother, his wife, had Alzheimer's and was diagnosed in, I want to say 2001. So I was about 8 years old, and he then was alive for another 10 years. So we kind of adopted him as like our 5th family member, because it was me, my parents, my sister, and then Al would come along. So, he was a total goof off. We loved having him around, and he would travel with us. We'd go over to his place. As we got a little bit older, I think we realized we'd rather have him at our place. So he'd just hang out in the living room or whatever with us, and we'd watch TV with him, and he'd tell us stories. So he was a really cool guy. And yeah, I'm really lucky that I had that childhood experience with him.
I love it. And he wrote for this show too. Another one of my favorites.
That he did. And he wrote for it. He wrote for it in 2 periods. He wrote for it when Suzanne Summers was there. Then he left. Then he came back, I want to say, during the Terry years.
Oh,
so
Terry
yeah.
the nurse. Terry the nurse.
Terry the nurse.
Terry the nurse.
Yeah.
So he was there for a little bit of everything.
That's
I love that. Yeah, wow.
Victoria.
I can't imagine. That's like the heyday of Hollywood, right?
Yeah,
Heyday of sitcoms.
So cool.
Well, you know what's cool is my dad and my mother's brother were college friends. So they met before my parents met. And when my dad graduated college, my uncle went to his graduation party and he said he thought my grandfather was like the coolest guy on the planet because he was working on this show, that show. He knew this celebrity, that celebrity. There were famous people over. Like, he just thought that was the coolest thing ever. And then fast forward and it's his sister's father-in-law. So it's like a whole other experience. It's the grandfather of his nieces. So it's just seeing it from both sides. I mean, to me, he was just my grandpa, but I realize now he was a lot more than that.
I love it. I love it. And listen, we're going to talk about your web series pilot season in a second. But what's your second favorite a cappella song that you like to sing?
You know, I wish I had thought this through a little bit.
Pick one. Pick a. I know you're a Show Tunes fan.
Yes. So why don't I give you guys a little Bring Him Home.
All
Take
right.
it slow. I normally do this with my mom on the harp, but I'll give you guys like a verse.
Go ahead.
God on high, hear my prayer. In my need, you have always been there. He is young, he's afraid. Let him rest, heaven blessed. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home.
Then I'll return. I'll pledge my word. Then
I saw my mom got in there with a comment. I'm so glad she's here. My mom had a tooth pulled today. So I'm glad.
Which one's your mom? Where was she?
Lori Green Gordon. That's my mom at the heart.
Oh, Lori Green Gordon, right there, Scotty.
Oh, that's Lori Green
yes,
Gordon.
there
Hi,
she
Lori.
is.
And
All right,
she's
go
here.
ahead, go ahead. Victoria, Les Mis is my favorite. That's my favorite show. That's my favorite. Give me one more from that show that you love. Anything. I had a dream that life would be.
That's my other favorite. I think if I
Go
were
ahead,
to
do it. Oh, you would kill me.
Are you going to be Cosette?
Go ahead. You just do it. Go ahead.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by. When hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. Then I was young and unafraid. And dreams were made and used and wasted. There was no ransom to be paid. No song unsung, no wine untasted. But
wow.
This is a wonderful thing where I'm like, what's gonna happen?
You're just so beautiful. The light hitting your face and you singing.
Victoria,
like
I need the big finish there. I had a dream that life would be. Come on, I got to hear it.
I had a dream my life would be so different from this hell I'm living. So different now from what it seemed. Now life has killed the dream I dream.
Nice. See, you have to sing for you. Now we can talk about pilot season.
Oh, now we get to talk about that. Awesome.
Well, you have this great web series that you put out. I think it came out in March, right? It started in March.
Yeah, I think we aired the first episode in late February. You know, the whole winter is a blur right now.
Yeah.
Well, yes, there's our logo. Everything
tell us about it.
Is a blur. So I decided at a certain point last year, like maybe July, that I wasn't leaving the house anytime soon. Like I wasn't going anywhere. It was pretty obvious. So I was like, what can I do while I'm at home? And one of the really cool things is that when you're at home, people have somewhat lower expectations for the production value of things like sets. And they're used to the fact that, you know, these kind of walls or the kind of walls you have are like super common, and they're used to not leaving the house. So I thought, why don't I get a bunch of actors together and let's do some pilot readings? And that's exactly what I did. So I brought in, we had 43 actors playing 60 roles in 5 pilots. Each one was a different half-hour sitcom pilot. So we had one, like the very first one we aired was Behind the Times, which is like this family comedy satire. Like if you like the Brady Bunch, going back to Florence Henderson, like you'll love Behind the Times because it's that with a little self-aware edge, like making fun of that, but in a loving way.
Right.
Versus like by the very end, we did Fame Adjacent, which is a mother-daughter comedy, kind of in the vein of Gilmore Girls, but like with a dash of better things in terms of like, and also Pamela Adlon went to my high school. In terms of like the sort of dramedy meets Hollywood with the mother-daughter bond. And then in the middle, we had 3 other really fun ones that were all single camera comedies. So there was a little something for everyone, but they all had the same sort of underlying voice, which is my sort of witty, dry-ish vibe that I go for. And it was a ton of fun. I mean, I think it was a really unique experience, and it was, to be a little gauche about it, it was not anywhere nearly as expensive as making a full pilot, but it was just as much of an experience. And everyone who worked on it had a good time, and no one had to leave their house.
That's amazing. I love it. That's the best part about this show. No one ever has to leave their home.
Well, it's crazy. We never go anywhere, but now it's like back when I did that, we filmed that in February and March and released it throughout those 2 months. People literally were not leaving their homes. Here in LA, we had a major surge. Like people weren't going anywhere. Now it's so exciting. Like we can go out again.
Yeah. And in fact, today, LA had the lowest COVID infection rate, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, and the last 2 days, I can't speak to today, but yesterday and the day before, we had 0 deaths, which was the first time in over a year that we had 2 days with no COVID deaths.
Great.
So things are getting so much better, and I'm thrilled because it has been quite a year.
Victoria, you are an absolute gem. You're a great singer. You got a lot of things cooking.
Such a beauty.
Before we go, if you wanted to just sing one more tune before we go, that would be okay. It'd break my heart if you didn't do it, but listen, that's up to you.
I got the perfect ending number.
Oh, beautiful. Go ahead. See, I knew you did.
The party's over from Bells Are Ringing.
Go ahead.
The party's over. It's time to call it a day. No matter how you pretend, you knew it would end this way. It's time to wind up this masquerade. Just make your mind up. The piper must be paid. The party's
Party's over.
Chairs, you never know when it's gonna stop.
Listen, you keep going till I make the screen smaller. That's all.
Got it. Okay, I finally got the hang of it.
Victoria, thank you so much. Come back again when you have new stuff. We'd love to promote for you. And you just, you're fantastic. Sharon Olsen, we thank Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon. Meeting you.
Thank you for all the stories. I mean, that was wonderful. We love hearing all that stuff.
It's just funny. It's my childhood. It's like, I know that someone my age shouldn't be writing a memoir, but like there's a memoir there of like growing up.
You need to write a memoir.
Sounds like it.
I think that's the thing I should think about. So yeah, add another thing to my list.
Thank you so much. Go watch Pilot Season, everybody. It's on YouTube. Real easy to find. Very funny. Very cool. And Victoria, thank you again. And we'll talk to you soon.
Yes. Thanks for having me.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
So pretty. I love her.
Yeah, she's great. What a voice, Suk. What an amazing voice.
Amazing voice. You're going to see that she's going to produce so much content. You could just feel it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
they say the neon lights are bright on Broadway.
So you look so much better like this. I love it. What's happening?
Oh, I miss you.
Everything's good.
Hey, I miss you guys too.
Phil, let's take a victory lap for our viral video. 780,000 views around the world. A little knock 3 times. We put out another one just today, Suki. I'm sure it will be another award-winning hit.
Listen,
I Will Survive.
I just think that you guys have this intrinsic, connection, and I think that the women love it. I mean, what's not to love with the two of you?
So here's what I think. Here's what I think. If we turn the duet into a trio just once, I'm talking 1 million views on that one. 1 million views.
No, that's all on you, man. That's all on you. I mean, I did it once. I can't. The smule is on you.
I mean, if we did a Mamas and the Papas type of deal, we would be
All the
dynamite.
leaves of all the leaves
are
brown,
and
and the
the
sky
sky
is gray.
and the skies are gray.
I've been for a walk.
I've been for
For
a
a
walk
on a summer's day.
on a winter's day.
I've been safe and warm.
I'd be safe and warm.
If I was in LA.
If I was in LA.
California, California dreaming.
On such a winter's day. Suki, everybody just writing in. Suki, do it. Just do it.
It's the boys duet, guys. It's the boys. They do that.
Unreal. Listen, guys, tomorrow night, one of our favorites, Ralph Malph, coming on. Donnie Most from Happy Days will be here. Going to be a great show.
That's like an hour show right there.
And by the way, he's a singer too, Donnie Most.
Yeah,
I know. Anthony Williams said that. He said he's a big singer, big musician.
Yeah, he's got orchestras behind him, the whole deal. So Don Most is coming on. He just shot a new movie. Great things for him. And listen, we grew up with that guy. It's going to be a lot of fun to interview him. And we're still hoping for a little Edward James Olmos on Thursday night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we'll see if that works out. And Suker, it's good hanging with you.
Bye, guys. I love you.
Bye-bye, Suki. Love you too.
All right, love you. All right, take care.
Bye, babe. That's Suki, everybody. That's Sukanya Krishna.
Hey,
kid, what's going on?
Well, I got to tell off on myself. Notice how I got the earbuds in, right?
Yes.
It's not even plugged in.
Oh, your ear.
I'm thinking, I'm not hearing anything. I'm not hearing anything.
I don't hear any echo back there at all.
I'm going to plug it in, though, because I like it better.
That's very funny. I thought you
Here
had
we
it
go.
in. I thought you had it in. Philly,
That's
another amazing show. Oh, we have Dina Blizzard tomorrow. Is also she's a great comic. We've got Shane Stanley, a filmmaker, coming up on Thursday. Izzy Burns, a great singer. Monday, we got Phil. We have a special Monday show at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. About 12 o'clock your time. We have Joey Fatone coming on from Game Show Network, and of course, a little NSYNC action. Joey Fatone will be here Monday at 1 o'clock. We're going to go up live with Joey and Chris Ruggiero, who is an amazing showman, a great singer.
Nice.
And then, we'll have actually 4 shows next week. So if you figure about let's see. Figure like 2:15-ish, 1:15 your time. Are you around? Because we can have a little sing-a-thon on a Monday.
I think so. When my daughter was a young teenager, NSYNC was her favorite band. Yeah. And I actually took her to one of the concerts.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, there was about 40,000 screaming teenage girls.
And you.
And and I liked them too. It was a good concert, but halfway through, I got a napkin off the floor, tore it into pieces, and put it in my ear. It was so loud.
Might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie. Tell me bye, bye, bye. That's great. Yeah, so we'll make Joey Fatone sing a little bit and talk about his game show that he hosts on the Game Show Network. Philly, we put out a song today that I assume will also go viral. It'll go around the world. Because very rarely do you hear 2 guys singing Gloria Gaynor's "I Will Survive." It's the women's anthem, no?
Yeah, no, it is. And I was thinking, the reason our last one went viral like it did, and I still
did it. I don't understand why it did.
I don't know. I guess people compare it to, say, for example, Antonio Banderas and George Clooney if they got together and did a duet.
I could
Same
see
result.
that.
Same result.
I could see that. Yeah. Or like a Brad Pitt, Clooney type of thing. I could see that too. You know, why it would take off like that.
Brad Pitt, Hank Schrader combo, something like that. You know,
I don't know who Hank Schrader is, but I'm sure he's a good-looking guy. Who is Hank Schrader?
Well, he's actually the DEA agent in Breaking Bad.
Oh, Hank. Oh, yeah, I know Hank. Yeah. That's funny. You'd be him, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So anyway, I sent you the video of my beautiful singing of "I Will Survive."
Yes,
I was expecting a regular duet back, but you really played with it a little bit and turned it into something we've never done before. And I think we're ready for American Idol with this one, but let's let the audience decide. We'll play it here as well. And you folks tell us if you like it. We'll be back.
Check it out.
Here.
All right.
Aw, Philly Kid. It's the female anthem.
Here we go, Scotty.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified.
Yes, I was.
Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong. And I learned how to get along. And so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here without that look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. Should have made you leave your key. If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go.
Go, baby.
Walk out the door.
Walk out the door.
Just turn around now. Cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble? You think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no, not I.
No.
I will survive.
I will survive.
Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive.
I will survive.
I will survive.
I will survive.
Hey, hey. Da, 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 da. You know what, ladies? You're gonna survive. You're gonna do it. Dig down deep and make it work, baby. Come on, Phil. It took all the strength I had not to fall apart, trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. And I spent so many nights feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry. But now I hold my head up high. You should see me. Somebody new. I'm not that chained up little person still in love with you. And so you felt like dropping in and just expect me to be free. Now I'm saving all my loving for someone who's loving me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door.
Walk out the door.
Just turn around now. Cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to break me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? No, not I. I will survive. For as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive.
I will survive.
I will survive.
I will survive.
Oh, hey. Oh, go on now, go.
Walk out the door. Just turn around now. Cause you're not welcome anymore.
Weren't you the one who tried to break me with goodbye? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? No, not I. I will survive.
I will survive.
For as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive.
I will survive.
I will survive.
I will
survive. Oh, ladies, just smile. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Everything's gonna be okay. You will survive. Right, Phil?
You will survive. Yeah,
baby. I will survive.
It took all the strength I had not to fall apart. Oh, I thought the song is still on. Sorry.
Wow. Hey, I got to tell you, Scott.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, that is, I think that's good enough. You could see something like that as an
At a
opening
wedding?
act.
At a wedding.
No. I was going to say an opening act for Wayne Newton in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Donkey Shane. Can you imagine that? People paying $100 a ticket. We come out. I will survive.
Yeah, we'd have a little car set up there, and I would be in the back seat singing into your ear over your shoulder.
Oh man, that's too funny. That is too funny. What was the other one? And what was the other one we did the other day? You're wearing a red shirt. The Billy Joel. Didn't we do a Billy Joel?
Yeah.
I forgot what it was already. The Billy Joel tune. That got about 100,000 views around the world.
Yeah, it got a bunch. Still counting.
Yeah, still going.
It was Billy Joel. Tell her about it.
Tell her everything you feel, everything you need. Give her how much real.
Tell her about it.
I think, listen, the next one we should do was the one I sent you. I think we should do I'm Still Standing. Yeah. I think that would be a good tune, upbeat, get everybody pumping.
Yeah. I think, that was, I got to say that was some of your best work so far, Scotty.
Well, that was I
know. I know a lot of times you want me to sing along with you to kind of drown you out because you don't think you sing that well.
Right. That's what I like.
I can't. There was nothing to drown out on this one. You were rocking it. You sounded good.
When you sent it back, I'm like, this SOB left me hanging all by myself. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
There was no hanging. I was, I was letting your voice hang out there. It was good.
That's so funny, man. That's so funny. Well, listen,
it's a lot of fun.
You want to sing a little bit?
Yeah. Got a few. Hey, did you hear about Bill Gates and his wife getting a divorce?
Yeah, we were talking about that before.
Wow. I read a couple of lines on that on social media, and so many questions came to my mind. So many questions. Did Bill and his wife not excel at their marriage? What was it because he was in the Office 365? Did it have anything to do with his Microsoft or his floppy disk back in the day? And another question I have is, after the property split, is Bill going to be able to keep his word? So many questions. The gates are now open, right?
Oh, hey-o.
So anyway, with that being said,
that's very funny. 130 billion in assets they need to figure out because there's no prenup.
Wow.
So
wow.
Should be interesting. That should be your worst problem, right? How to split up 130 billion dollars, as in B.
You couldn't spend
billion.
You couldn't spend that in 130 billion lifetimes, man.
That is, let me see, 130 billion. Well, 1 billion is a million 1,000 times, right?
Yes.
So 130 billion is 1,000 million 130 times. Having $1 million 1,000 times, 130 of those.
Yeah, he could bail everybody out of everything,
right? Just divvy it up a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Why don't they should split it with us a little? Forget the two.
Exactly. Hey, is Bill Gates in the TV business?
No.
Surely he's got a streaming service someplace.
You would think he would, right?
But I got this. I got a request to sing this one. Originally by the Casinos, and then Neil McCoy did it later. But here we go.
Your boy Neil McCoy.
Yeah. Well, kiss me each morning for 1,000,000 years. Hold me each evening by your side. Tell me you love me for 1,000,000 years. Then if it don't work out, then you can tell me goodbye. Now sweeten my coffee with a morning kiss. Soften my dreams with your sighs. Tell me you love me for 1,000,000 years. Then if it don't work out, then you can tell me goodbye. Goodbye.
If it don't work out. Nice. That was who? The Casinos originally?
Yeah, the Casinos did it back in 57 or 8, something like that. Neil McCoy did it a few years back.
I love seeing Neil. Neil loves doing that pledge in the morning, huh?
Oh my gosh, he's up to almost 2,000 consecutive days of saying the pledge.
That is wild.
Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah, great guy, great patriot.
What else you want to do? What you got?
Hey, I got us. Let's do a little duet. Yesterday. I was listening to some. I got this as a request today.
The Beatles?
Yeah.
No, listen. You do that one. Go ahead. That's you. That's all you. That song.
Okay, here we go. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. And I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
See that? I wouldn't have done that any justice with you. Although we have done that one before, Phil.
Yeah, it's a favorite, that's for sure.
Hey, you know what? Before you sing the next one, earlier on, I did a little. Hold on, let me get rid of this. Dear Suki, would you rather, Phil? Would you rather have no arms or no nose? If you had to pick one, would you get rid of your arms or your nose?
Oh, that's a tough question because I love, I really shouldn't be saying this, but I really love picking my nose. So if you had no arms, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Or no nose, you still wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, you still wouldn't be able to do that. So that's a tough one, man. I'm gonna have to say I would have to go with no nose because you still be able to do most things without your nose. So I would have to say no nose.
All right. Now, would you rather be forced to sing along or dance to every single song you hear? Every song that comes on, you'd have to either dance or sing.
Oh, most definitely. Anybody who knows me knows that I would rather sing than eat. So, yeah, I would sing all day long.
All right. And then this one here, would you rather give up your cell phone for a month or bathing for a month? What would you give up first? I went bathing because I need the cell phone. I need it.
Yeah. I would give up bathing because if I had my cell phone, I could still, do my videos and do the show. And, nobody can smell me in my videos or on the show. So Yeah, I'd give up bathing in a heartbeat.
You give up the bathing.
In fact, I do that fairly regularly.
Yeah,
You know,
well, yeah, right. I already don't bathe, so what the hell's the difference? All right, let's do a couple more, and then we'll nighty night this bad boy.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, okay. Hey, Joey Fatone's going to be on next week, so
yeah, baby.
Let's do a little NSYNC songs.
You may have to do a little NSYNC for Joey when he's on.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. How about you're all I ever wanted. You're all I ever needed. Yeah. So tell me what to do now, 'cause I want you back. It's hard to say I'm sorry. It's hard to make the things I did undone. A lesson I've learned too well for sure. So don't hang up the phone now. I'm trying to figure out just what to do. I'm going crazy without you. You're all I ever wanted. You're all I ever needed, yeah. So tell me what to do now, 'cause I want you back. Yeah.
I'm doing this tonight, 'cause probably gonna start a fight, 'cause I know this can't be right. Hey, baby, come on. Bye. I don't want to be a fool for you. Just another player in this game for two. Make me hate me, but it ain't no lie. But how much is he going to hate us when we ask him to sing that song on Monday?
Yeah, I'm sure he gets it a lot, and it probably gets real old.
Bye, when they used to hang. Ain't no lie. Oh, my God. We should just, you know what, when he's here, we should just ask him about Justin Timberlake the whole time. What was Justin Timberlake like?
Yeah, like so Justin, as the leader of the band,
right.
You know, what was it like? What was it like working for him?
Didn't you date Britney Spears? He'd click off, right? He'd be like, bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Oh my God.
Nice.
So funny. All right, let's do another one, man. What do you like?
Oh gosh, you know,
everybody's loving the solos. They're loving the solos tonight. Listen, everybody go listen to I Will Survive, share it. We want to spread it around the world and see if we can get to 1 million views on this one. We topped out at about 780. I think 780,000 views.
And tag Gloria Gaynor.
Yeah, tag Gloria Gaynor in it. Well, if they share it, I tagged her in the video.
Okay.
So if they share it, she'll see. Wait, is Gloria Gaynor still alive?
Is she? I thought she was.
I know I tagged her. Let me just see something. I know she has a page, but is Gloria Gaynor still alive? Gotta be, right?
Says she's active presently.
Oh yeah, okay. Born in 43. Yeah, no, not yet. Okay, sorry, Gloria. The reports of her demise have been greatly exaggerated.
Oh man, yeah. When I used to go to the 16 clubs back when I was 16. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, that was one of the biggie songs to dance to back in the day.
Ann Bobbitt Baxter would like you to sing "Let's Get It On" by Marvin Gaye. You ever do that one?
Sure.
Let's get it on. By the way, who is Lorraine Ann writes, what a great song, Scott and Winston. Who's Winston? Who's Winston on this show? I don't know any Winston.
Winston?
I don't know.
That's
Winston?
Yeah, her autofill went crazy, I guess.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but okay, here we go. A little sexy version of "Let's Get It On."
Nice, light it up, Philly kid.
I've been really trying, baby. Oh, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, then come on. Oh, come on. Let's get it on. Oh, baby, let's get it on. Let's love, baby. Let's get it on, sugar. Oh, let's get it on. You know, we're all sensitive people with so much to give. Understand me, sugar. Since we got to be here, let's live. I love you. There's nothing wrong with me loving you. Baby, no, no, no. Oh, and giving yourself to me can never be wrong if the love is true. Oh, baby, let's get it on, baby. Woo!
Phil, while you were singing that beautiful song, I got down to the Winston mystery. She thought your name was Winston on the USAA commercial.
Oh, no.
But it's
Martin.
Really it's Martin, yes. We have a bunch of folks cleared that up.
Hey, but you know what? I was a cop for 30 years, so I love people calling me that name because I've been called a lot of names, trust me.
Martin. Is that commercial still popping all over the place?
Yeah, I think it's actually scheduled to go until, I think, June. I think it's running until June, I believe.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
All right, let's do last one. Big finale for you. And then we'll lock it up. I know you're a busy man. You got things, people, agents. How'd that audition go for you last week? I remember you were getting off the air and you had an audition to do. You ever hear for anything on it or no?
I went well, but it's how auditions go.
Either you hear it or you don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Right.
I mean, they don't call you up. They never call you up and say, "Hey, you did really, really good."
But
right,
you
we're going with somebody else. Here's what.
Hear.
Yeah, here's what we needed you to work on. So you don't get that feedback very, very rarely.
No, it's just we'll call you if we want you.
But I did have an agent or a casting director email me one time after an audition, and part of the paragraph that he sent me was, "You might want to lighten up on the psycho eyes." Okay, whatever.
Lighten up on the psych. But you wanted a psycho, didn't you? Want me to play a psycho?
I mean, that's the way I was reading the part. But
Funny. I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. We have Don Most played. Oh my God, Potsy and Richie and who was Don Most? I just forgot. Oh my God, I was
Donnie
one of
Most?
my favorite shows. Donnie Most.
Happy Days.
I just said it before. No, I know. What was his character?
Potsy. Or not Potsy, Ralph Mouth.
Ralph
Mouth.
Oh my God, I just lost my mind. Yeah, Ralph Mouth, and that's going to be great. And he's a really good singer too. So we're going to talk. Thank you, Donna. I just figured it out. We're going to talk Happy Days and his career now, and he'll sing a little bit. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward. I'll do a little quiz with him, a little Happy Days quiz. So it should be fun. Should be a fun show. We have a lot of good shows coming up, Philly Kid.
Yeah.
We got a couple new big streamers that we've been talking to, looking to maybe take the show, looking good.
Yes.
Add to our repertoire. And one of these days, we're going to be on your television screens on somebody's TV set. I can tell you that, right? friggin' now.
One of these crazy old nights.
One of these nights. All right, what do you want to finish up with, my friend?
I'm going to finish it up with, I was listening to my buddy Neil McCoy today, and one of his songs I really like. They're playing our song.
Nice.
Goes something like this. Somebody's at the front door. I can hear him knocking. Your mama's on the phone and she feels like talking. There's chicken on the barbecue, barbecuing. Don't worry about it, baby, just drop what you're doing, 'cause they're playing our song on the radio. Okay, Mr. DJ, had a way to go. 1,000,000 watts of love power coming on strong. Dance with me, darling, they're playing our song. Oh, the house needs cleaning, the grass needs mowing. We both got places that we need to be going. Tomorrow's a big day, better get ready. Tonight it's just me and you, rockin' steady, 'cause they're playing our song on the radio. Okay, Mr. DJ, that a way to go. 1,000,000 watts of love power coming on strong. Now dance with me, darling. They're playing our song.
Yeah, boy. Nicely done, my friend. Philly, do you believe that we should leave everybody with one more time with Gloria Gaynor?
I don't see. I think that we would be doing everybody a huge favor.
A disservice if we didn't play it, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right. So listen, we'll say goodnight here. I will see you again tomorrow. Enjoy everything that's going on with you, everybody. Because the other night we came on, you weren't here, and we said Phil's not here. He's fine. Everything's good. We didn't tell anybody what was cooking. You just had some good things happening in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And so you keep those things going. And we're going to leave them with a little bit of Grammy-winning song.
Yeah, love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow night.
Aw, Philly Kid. It's the female anthem.
Here we go, Scotty.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified.
Yes, I was.
Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong. And I learned how to get along. And so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here without that look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. Should have made you leave your key. If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go.
Go, baby.
Walk out the door.
Walk out the door.
Just turn around now. 'Cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble? You think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no, not I. I will survive.
I will survive.
Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive.
I will survive.
I will survive.
I will survive.
Hey, hey. Da, 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 da. You know what, ladies? You're gonna survive. You're gonna do it. Dig down deep and make it work, baby. Come on, Phil. It took all the strength I had not to fall apart. Trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. And I spent so many nights feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry. But now I hold my head up high. You should see me. Somebody new. I'm not that chained up little person still in love with you. And so you felt like dropping in and just expect me to be free. Now I'm saving all my loving for someone who's loving me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door.
Walk out the door.
Just turn around now.
Just turn around now.
'Cause you're not welcome
You're not
anymore.
welcome.
Weren't you the one who tried to break me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? No, not I will survive. For as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive.
I will survive.
I will survive.
I will survive.
Oh, hey. Oh, go on now, go.
Walk out the door. Just turn around now. 'Cause you're not welcome anymore.
Weren't you the one who tried to break me with goodbye? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? No, not I. I will survive.
I will survive.
For as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive.
I will survive.
I will survive.
I will
I will survive. Oh, ladies. Just smile. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Everything's gonna be okay. You will survive. Right, Phil?
You will survive. Yeah,
baby. I will survive.